We could do like we did yesterday and just, yeah, everybody's ready to ask questions. So I guess we'll just let it rip. Has this guy been bothering everybody all morning? What happened? All right, dude. You better let this one happen. Come on. Yes, it's on.
Hey, Mr. DiMaggio.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jason Stefani, and
Hi,
I
Jason.
love Futurama and
Thank
Brian
you.
Bitter are like my two favorite characters. But I just have to ask, how did you get into voice acting, and what is one of your main forms of inspiration, like an actor or a show or anything like that?
I got into voice acting. I was acting. I was doing stand-up comedy in New York City, and I was talking to an actor friend of mine who was in a play at the time at Lincoln Center, a play called Suburbia by Eric Goju, which later went on to be a movie. And I think that he wasn't in, but he was in the play, and I asked him what he did to make ends meet between projects. And at the time I'd done some commercials, like on-camera commercials. I didn't want to be the guy, you know, when you're walking down the street and somebody's just like, hey, you're the hamburger dude! I didn't want to be that. So I asked him, and he said, well, I do voiceovers. I do voiceovers for commercials, like on the voice of rallies, burgers. I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of interesting. He's like, yeah. And the pay is insane. And I went, really? Oh, wow. And so I talked to a friend of mine, that's who I talked to, my manager at the time, and she said, well, I can get you, an interview with some voiceover agents. And I said, okay, great. And then I went in and I had the meeting, and then they signed me, and then I booked the first audition I went on, which was a Toyota radio ad. And then when I moved to Los Angeles, the voiceover community is predominantly trailer guys and animation folks. And so I started auditioning for a lot of animation when I moved to Los Angeles, and I moved to Los Angeles to do Chicago Hope, that hospital drama. I'm not a doctor, but I played one on TV. And so that's how I got into it. And I thought that it was just an amazing thing that I could, get to play, play as much as I did before, and then some, with the character. And so that's how I did that. And I think my greatest inspiration, I don't know. I think it's just the desire to perform. Really.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. You redeemed yourself with a good question, man. You're in the audience's good graces. It's okay. Now don't push it. Next question.
Is this working?
Yes, it's working.
Hi, my name is Liam.
Hi, Liam.
I'm a fan of Futurama. Me and my father love the show.
Well, your father's a smart guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, we're
He's all right.
episode of Futurama, we're actually pretty sure we've seen like at least 6 times each.
Oh, awesome.
And my question is, how was it to, work on Futurama? And not just that, but all the voice people you got to work with, like the cast of Star Trek got on there, and all sorts of other.
It was, Futurama was one of the greatest gigs I've ever been involved with in my professional life. It was amazing to work intimately with Billy West and Maurice LaMarche and Tress MacNeille and David Herman and just, and Katie Seagal was wonderful. And I mean, everybody on the show and all the guest stars were just fantastic. It was a dream come true. Just so much fun, and just being able to be in a room where the level of talent is up here, and you just match it. Whatever you got, you bring to the table tenfold, and it just brings your game up, that much more. I remember when we were doing the Amazon Women on the Moon episode, and And B. Arthur played the fembot. And I don't know, you guys are a lot of young people here. B. Arthur was, not only the Golden Girls, but like Maude, and she was an icon for women, this woman. And she came in and recorded with us, and I had already laid down my tracks, and then when they brought her in, they said, "John, will you record with her?" I said, "Absolutely, no problem." And so we recorded all my stuff with her because it was just that much better. And I remember being in the booth with her for about 10 minutes, and we read a couple of things, and she was clearly nervous. And I'm sitting there thinking, here's an Emmy Award-winning actress who has 50 years in the business on me, and she's nervous. And she looked at me and she went, is this okay? Am I all right? Like, I looked at her, I was like, Miss Arthur, you're absolutely fine. And it was one of those moments where I was like, wow, I am in the room. I am in the room, and this is really happening. And, oh yeah, just like, well, thanks. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like, I knew I was in the right place, so yeah, it was an amazing experience, and one that I will forever love and miss.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for booking me out, dude.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. This question's a little more anime related. But,
Anime related, okay.
That is your voice in as one of the soldiers in the Disney dub of Castle in the Sky, right?
Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
No, I did Princess.
Yeah.
I did Princess Mononoke.
There's
I did a bunch of stuff in Princess Mononoke, but
there's a character in Castle in the Sky that sounds a lot like you.
well, then I've got a doppelganger. I've got a vocal doppelganger because I don't remember being in Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out sometime.
Okay, I will. I will. That's Miyazaki is the man. But I was in the other one. I wasn't in that one.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? What are you guys doing to me? Stop playing. That's not fair, dude. Both you guys are a-holes. That's really mean. It's too early on a Sunday to be like, hey, what? Your pleasure. What's your question? Again. Is it anime related?
Has there ever been anything that you've worked on that maybe you weren't fond of, like maybe an episode of Futurama that you thought wasn't really fun?
Was there anything I've ever worked on that I wasn't so fond of?
Pretty much.
To be perfectly honest, like the first season of Adventure Time was not my favorite.
What?
Why? Come on, no, literally, because like it was a. Listen, when a show starts, people are feeling out how to make the production work correctly. So it was. First of all, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Because it's Adventure Time, and it's just like, this guy, let me grab. This guy, so, and plus the scripts are numbered. Now this is important. Sometimes when you get a script, it's got stage direction in it. So basically, it reads like a sitcom, something like that. So you know what's going on. But if you get a script that's numbered, that means you have to figure out what happened for that line previously, what happened to get to the next line. And sometimes they hand you the storyboards, and that's no help for an actor, because it's just crudely drawn pictures of what's going on. So you have to match the line to the picture of what's going on, and you're like, I don't understand what's happening. happening here. So you have to really rely on the director, and the director we had was kind of like, and so, you know, because we're feeling it out, you know, they're trying to figure out what's going on. So it was really frustrating. And I mean, I remember talking to DiMaggio, who's a fellow voice actor, and I was like, dude, I don't get this, man. I don't understand what's going on, man. This is really bumming me out, because this is like, you know, I don't normally feel this way when I'm in a project. And DiMaggio told me to shut up and go home and cry my bag of money, which I did. And then I talked to Tom Kenny about it later, who was Ice King, also SpongeBob SquarePants. And I was like, for Tom Kenny. And he was like, John, it's this generation's Yellow Submarine. And I went, oh. Okay. And from that point on, it was a lot easier pill to swallow, and the production got better, and things started to move, and it started to congeal as a production, and then it worked out. So, yeah, like Adventure Time was frustrating at first, but it turned into a really amazing thing. And you know, there's been jobs where, you know, sometimes the director will give you a bunch of line readings, and it's frustrating because it kind of stifles you as an actor, but you know, one-offs, you do it and you walk away, and then somebody's like, you know, aren't you in Castle in the Sky? but I mean, yeah, but for the most part, I appreciate any job that comes my way, because it's a job, and that's what we're supposed to do as an actor, bring it to life. So, I hope that answers. You're welcome. Hey, get out of here and stop freaking me out, bro. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
I am a mom and a teacher. I'm very picky about what my kids watch.
Uh-huh.
My kids are huge, huge fans of Adventure Time. What message do you have?
What message do I have for your kids? Any kids? Homies help homies. That's the message. And also to enjoy starchy breakfasts with pig meat. Oh my God! It is bacon pancake. Yes. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Cool. Hi.
Hi, my name's Lucy.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I was wondering, because I've been to Futurama since I was 10, and I'm almost 22 now.
Okay. Thank you for making me break out my walker.
Sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry. What's your question?
My question is, well, it's kind of a twofold question. Who is your favorite character on the show, not just the ones you voiced, and what was your favorite episode?
Favorite character on the show is Zoidberg. I mean, I love Bender, but Zoidberg, you know, why not Zoidberg? Yes, and my favorite episode of Futurama, there's a lot of them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I think one of my big favorites is the one with Seymour. That's every time I see Seymour on Futurama, it brings a tear to my eye. Because I have fuzzy-faced dogs, like the dogs with, like, you know,
Yeah.
the mustache and the beard, like girls, and yeah, just seeing that dog waiting there outside of Panucci's is just heartbreaking. And for a cartoon to be able to do that Also, I like the episode where Bender wrestles, becomes the gender bender. Real toughie. And gosh, I love any episode where Bender says, "Let's go already!" and the last one is a pretty amazing episode, and it's Bender light too. It's not a really heavy Bender episode, but it's so touching.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love them all. I can't. It's hard for me to pick them.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you at Sunday.
Okay, great. Awesome, with your Jake the dog. Yes, awesome. I usually write fart on the butt of it. So there you go. We'll have a fart on the back of your Jake. Because that's where fart comes from.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Thanks for your work and everything you work with. But the question I have for you is mostly a Futurama related. How fun was it to adapt to many voices that you've done over the many years you've played characters in the show?
How fun was it on Futurama to do the voices that I did? Well, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was wonderful. I mean, you know, I got to play crazy characters like, Randy Munchnick. You guys know who Randy is? Yes, exactly. He's a very extremely effeminate gentleman, which actually just furthers the fact that there will be LGBT people in the future, which is very cool. To put that down right there, they're part of our community, and we should respect them, even when they're like this, which is fabulous. I got to have fun and just goof around and do, like Barbados Slim. Like Barbados Slim was, messing around with, Herbie's wife all the time. It's ridiculous. But I get to, all the voices that I got to do on that show were so fun. This buzz ain't getting the nut leave by itself. And it just a good time, and especially because it was New York, which was really fun because I grew up in New Jersey, and I was born in New York, and so I got to, really play with all the voices that I grew up hearing, hey, oh, pizza going out, come on, those guys, So, I was able to really have fun with that and be in the room with some amazing people. So I loved doing it. I loved bringing to life, the tri-state area of the future, if you will. That's the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. That's where we represent the tri-state, yo.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks. Chico is back.
Kigo.
Oh, Kiko. Oh, there you go. Nice. Very good.
Okay, my question is, do you have any other hobbies or talents or interests besides voice acting?
Any other? Sure. I consider myself a foodie. Yeah, it's good restaurants in Sacramento. I was tweeting about them. I like going for walks with my dogs. I like to do things with my wife. I just got hitched. I just got married. Woo! Cool. But I like to travel. I like to travel a lot, which is what makes coming to conventions fun. Because you get to go to a new place and meet new people and do that sort of thing. But I'm kind of a lounger too. I don't mind a couch. but that's traveling and I like going to I like art. I like design. I like modern design. I like looking at, you know. You know Dwell magazine? Have you ever seen Dwell magazine? Really amazing magazine. Pick it up. It's totally progressive and really, really great. And not politically progressive. It's thought progressive. It's how we live progressive, which is kind of cool. So, I guess that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How you doing? All right.
My name is Garrett, and my favorite line from Bender in Futurama, if not the entirety of it, is when Bender is trying to audition for All My Circuits as a Spanish character.
Oh yeah.
Completely butchers the entire thing. Do you remember that at all?
I remember he said, on Rio, he said guacamole, but he said it, guacamole.
I was wondering if you could sing a line if I were to feed it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know the line, feed it to me.
In a terrible Spanish accent, he says, Deus Padre, come Jesus, my Chihuahua. Tonight we eat Guillu Acamole by Biel Rio.
Guillu Acamole. Say it again. You went too fast. Break it up into little things.
Deus Padre.
Deus Padre.
Come Jesus, my Chihuahua.
Come, Jesus, my Tijuana.
Tonight we eat Guillu Acamole by Biel Rio.
Tonight we Guillu Acamole by the El Rio. I knew I said Rio. I remembered that, but yeah.
I just love the line because Calculon says, that was so terrible, I think he gave me cancer.
Yes. Yes. We had a tough time getting that line recorded because Maurice was laughing so damn hard.
It's funny though, because I saw that before I watched the episode. Like, what could have been so terrible?
Yeah, it was that line reading. It was Bender's acting. Yeah, it was Bender's acting that was so bad. Yeah, that's right. Españole! Awesome.
Thanks for all your work.
Oh, thank you. That was a good one. Barrio Rio! That's horrible. Hi, how you doing?
Doing all right. Anyway, I was here at your last Q&A.
Uh-huh.
And, you said that you play Years of War. You voiced Marcus Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
You play Years of War. Have you ever went on Xbox Live game chat on Years of War and just played Marcus Phoenix with a microphone?
Yeah, I tried that once, but the microphone on the headset's no good, so it doesn't sound like Marcus at all. It sounds like somebody doing a bad impression of Marcus Phoenix. So I'm on there doing Marcus Phoenix to people, and they're just like, shut up, dude. God, just keep killing the horde. What are you doing, man? Shut up. You're not Marcus. You're not Marcus, dude. And I'm assuming that was the face that they had when they were saying, you're not, this is a face of total disbelief, dude. Come on. Thanks for taking all the pictures while I'm making this face. Great. It's going to be really good for press. John DiMaggio enjoying himself at SacAnime. No, you're welcome. Thank you for the pictures. You're murdering me. Unbelievable. John DiMaggio. Man. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sierra Thompson, and I wanted to know if you remember all your characters that you were voice acting for, and what message for my friend Kelsey would you give because she wants to be a voice actor as well?
I don't remember all of the voices I've done. I'd have to be reminded. A lot of times we just do one-off stuff, and we can't remember unless we hear it back. Like if you say, you know, oh, you're being brought back for this character that you did in episode 3, and now it's episode 28, and you're like, oh, okay, what was that I did? But I've done a lot of characters. I've been really fortunate. People are like, dude, your IMDb page is really long. I'm like, really psyched. But what I'd have as far as advice for your friend would be to watch my movie, shameless plug.
Woo! I knew that voice. Woo!
It's on Netflix right now. It's also on iTunes, and you can buy the DVD on Amazon with all the extra stuff. And but the best thing would be for her to go on D. Bradley Baker's blog, iwannabeavoiceactor.com, and on his blog he has a lot of questions answered for people that want to be involved as in the voice acting community and stuff, and he has many more details than I can provide, and is a lot more patient when it comes to giving that advice, and thorough, because he's just, well, the guy is a genius, and he steals my movie, which is awesome, which is the reason I made it, because to put a spotlight on folks like him. But D. Bradley Baker's blog, iknowthatvoice.com, she'll get a lot of great tips.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man?
All right.
It's going to be a gears-related question.
Gears-related question.
Yeah.
A gears-related question.
Yes.
That is wild stuff.
In the multiplayer,
In the multiplayer, yes.
when you do that death gurgle, when you hit with the flame grenade.
Yes. The death gurgle with the flame grenade.
Yes, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
It was like gargling concrete,
Yeah.
but I nailed it. I think it was. Let me see if I can recreate it. Seeing spots. Yeah, that was a good one. We always had to record Gears of War each game later in the week, because if I recorded it at the beginning of the week, the whole week would be shot. As far as recording other stuff, because you'd just be totally sore, and just it is just the vocal gymnastics of doing that. Doing that part that just got that gravel. You do that for 8 hours, and you just come out of there, and you're just like, I just want some tea. So you need the weekend to recover from doing that. But it's awesome. I love doing Gears, and if they're doing more Gears, and if they want me to be a part of it, I'm game. But we'll see what's happening. Apparently somebody's doing more Gears, so we'll see. All right? Keep your fingers crossed.
First thing I want to do is I should pay you compliments. I've always thought that for a great actor to be able to take less and do a lot more with it is an awesome thing.
Thanks.
And for you to just take a couple words and say rada rada.
Rada, rada.
Take that whole thing out of it is awesome.
Rada.
But for my question, it's related to a live reading you did of Star Wars: A New Hope.
Oh yeah, in Seattle a couple years ago.
Right. Everybody there, Kevin Conroy, Billy West, Armstrong, everybody did a bunch of different voices that they did for Falcon Career. You did a voice for Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
At the top. So I was wondering, for in the future or in other characters that you might bring into like television or whatever, is there another actor that you've always wanted to emulate that you haven't been able to?
No. Tracy Morgan, when I did stand-up, I came up with Tracy. Tracy and I are friends, and he used to come up to me at this bar in Los Angeles that we both frequented. And he would come up to me, and it would be karaoke night, and he would come up and he'd have his shirt wide open and his belly hanging out, and he'd come up to me and be like, "Yo, John, we gotta get together, make that Chappelle money." Well, that's not my word. You're my cousin, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna make that money, son. Well, first I'm gonna go sing this Linda Ronstadt tune. You don't like Linda Ronstadt? Yeah, Tracy's a very funny person. Yeah. A lot of good-looking people in here today. About to get somebody pregnant. Yeah, that's right. Tracy's as funny as he's as crazy as he is funny. He's just brilliant, and I'm hoping that he makes a full recovery from that car crash he was in. Really. Another guy I do who's one of his opening comics, Artie Foucault. He was in the accident too, and he's in bad shape, and I came up with him as well. And yeah, it's rough when you see your old friends get mangled in a car crash. But it's funny. I mean, every once in a while, there's impressions that I do like that are all right, they're good. I'm not really. I don't think I'm an impressionist. I think I'm more of a mimic. Yeah, I don't know how many. There's not really that many other actors that I'd like to emulate to put to a role. You know what I mean? Besides Tracy, just because Tracy's so damn funny.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Yeah. Let's go prayer.
All right.
Hi.
So we all know there's a lot of weird things in Adventure Time, but what would you say is probably the weirdest concept or idea you encountered?
The weirdest concept or idea, the fact that Ice King keeps kidnapping princesses. The Ice King is a weird character. Yeah, the Ice King. Ice King's pretty strange. All these princesses. Gunter, wank. I mean, it's just like best friend's a penguin. In this story, like the whole background of him is pretty sad, but I don't know. The whole thing is weird. The whole damn show is strange. That's really the bottom line. I mean, there's an alternate universe with my character becoming a cat, which is like, okay, that's even weird, Tree Trunks is weird. Lemon Grab is weird. Like, everybody is weird. The whole thing is weird. You're bumming me out, man. No, everything is weird in that show. There's nothing everything is strange. Everything. Why is Finn's hair so long under that hat? What's going on? Like, the whole thing is weird. You know what's actually cool though? As the show progresses, Jake is getting fatter. Because dogs get fat when they get older. He's a little chubby. Hi.
Hi, my name is Harlan, and I'm just wondering, how was the process and why did you decide to make the documentary I Know That Voice?
Well, I was with, it all started in 2009. I was in Amsterdam with my co-producer on the film, Larry Shapiro. He's also the director. And I was emceeing, he was shooting concert footage, this thing called Jam in the Dam, which is like a bunch of jam bands that get together, like, I don't know, like Disco Biscuits and Humphreys McGee and Yonder Mountain String Band and those kind of bands. And like, the guy who's in Primus, like, those kind of crazy, weird bands that play progressive jam music. And so I was emceeing it. I was bringing, you know, bands on and off stage and stuff like that. And I got up on stage, and it was at this place called De Melkweg, which is translates in Dutch to the Milky Way, which is usually where people were when they were in Amsterdam at these shows. Anyway, just leave that alone. And I was on stage and I started doing the Bender voice, and there were 4 tourists from Germany that were there watching the show, and their faces lit up when I started to talk like Bender. And I got off stage and I went around, you know, the general admission standing area, and I went to the bar to meet up with Larry because there were two venues in the same venue, and I had to figure out what we needed to do next. And these tourists, these German people came up to me and they were like, "Excuse me, but are you the voice of the robot Bender?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." They were like, "We love your character so much. We love your show. It is amazing. We love it. We watch it in Germany. It's so nice to meet you. Wow, this is really cool." And I was like, "Oh, wow, thanks. All right, cool." And Larry was just like, you know, slack-jawed. He just couldn't believe that, you know, I made this connection with these people in this place that was just so disconnected from what was going on. And he was just like, "Man, these people, they know your voice. Like, that's incredible." Like, and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "We gotta do something. Like, we should shoot some kind of documentary or something like about this." And I was like, "All right, you know, all right." We shot some stuff over like the course of 2 years, and like a little bit of stuff here and there, and we were throwing around the idea, and then we interviewed. I think we interviewed Billy, and like talked to him for a little while, and then finally I got a friend of mine who's a good producer and a guy who, you know, can get things going, and we got him involved. And it started from there, and that was in September 2011, October of 2011, and we just knocked it out. We got 150 interviews, 160 hours worth of material that was edited down to 96 minutes. And we had a great editor, and our editor was fantastic. But what we did was, the 3 of us sat down and we wrote out 20 questions. Basically, it was just like 20 questions. What are the questions that we think fans would want to ask, you know, voice actors? Like everything you want to know about voice acting, but we're afraid to ask. That's what I usually say. It's my stock answer. And really, that's what we did. And from that point, after we got all the interviews, once it was set up with 20 questions, the editor could look at the amount of time spent and go, "Okay, well, this is usually where this question is asked." And we asked the same questions, so it was easier for the editor to put it together. So when we wanted to, to highlight what question it was easier for the editor to go into the said interview and pick out what's going on, and fill in the blank. And so that's basically how we did it. And it took us 2 years. It took us 2 years, and we were finally finished. And then we had it. We put it on demand at first, and then we had a showing at American Cinematique, the Egyptian in Hollywood. We had a big premiere. We had like 750 people there, packed house. It was great. And then we went right to digital release, and that's how we did it. Oh, cool.
So,
Chico. Yes.
From Impossible, when you're reading the script,
Hey, hold on. Hey, shut up! Zip it, for crying out loud! Where people are talking! Sorry, that was really loud. Sorry. You need more coffee? coffee today. Go ahead, I'm sorry. So your question?
In Kim Possible, when you're reading the script and you're like, I'm missing my lines, and then you see a line that's so fantastic, but it's not your line. Which line would you steal from that?
What would I still, I don't know, like, I usually, if I had to, I wouldn't steal anything from anybody's line. I don't know, that's kind of a, usually I recorded with Will Friedle, who played Unstoppable, and we would laugh constantly throughout the whole thing. You got it, KP! When he would talk, it was just the funniest thing. We would just laugh hysterically through that whole thing. I was the same director who did Kim Possible, and also the same executive producers and creators were the same people that I worked with on Penguins of Madagascar.
Nice.
And so those people are so funny, and they just usually would write stuff that was just hilarious. And I never really had to swipe a line or say, oh my God, can I say that? Like, because I usually had enough funny lines myself, really, you know? So, yeah, I just, gosh, I missed that show. That was a lot of fun to do. And I got to play Motor Ed, too, because I was always going, seriously. That was just a guy who was doing in between takes, you know, seriously, no, seriously. And we just started doing Motor Ed, like, yeah, like this rock and roll guy, and just silly. A lot of things, you know, if you play around in between takes enough, sometimes that stuff ends up, like, you end up getting a character because of it. Like, you know, it's just, that's happened before. Like, if I'm doing something, you know, specifically like Motor Ed, like, that was very funny, you know, but yeah, I missed that show. But it was a lot of fun, and I never had to worry about anybody lying or stealing it.
Well, thank you for answering that question.
All right, thank you. All right.
What do you think would happen if Bender was at an anime convention?
What do I think would happen if Bender was at an anime convention? The hell you people dressed up like? Man, I gotta go to the bar. You're freaking me out. What are you? Hey, you're not Japanese. Why are you singing in Japanese wearing funny hats? People are weird, man. Yeah, I think that's what would happen. You're welcome.
I hope you remember your role as Jan Walker from Valkyrie Chronicles.
Who?
My real question is, what have you learned from playing as Bender?
What have I learned from playing as Bender? Liquor before beer, never fear. Beer before liquor, never quicker. There's an alcoholic right there. Yeah, you know what I've learned? I have learned that being mean is not nice. It's a lot of fun, though. You're welcome. Thank you. Hi. How are you?
How are you?
All right.
Cool. In one of the episodes, it's like Bender's big day. Fry gets a tattoo on his butt.
On his butt of Bender.
And it's like the binary code of time travel or whatever.
Yes.
So in your lifetime, how many butts have you seen with that specific tattoo?
Great question.
Well, actually, none. But I'll tell you a story. The guy told me yesterday, and I'll tell it again, because some of you weren't here yesterday. I was in New Zealand for a convention, and I had a guy come up to me It said, I'm a big fan of the show. And I'd like to show you my tattoo. And, but I need to show it to you in a private place. And I went, all right, dude. Okay. So we stepped outside where it was private, and there wasn't anybody around. I said, all right, show me. And he proceeded to drop his pants. And he had a full bender on one cheek, and a professor on the other one. And the one that had bender on it had a caption that said, you know, bite my shiny metal ass. And the other one had the professor and said, good news, everyone. And it was awesome. It was shocking, yes. Yeah, I have seen a tattoo of Bender on someone's ass, and it was brilliant. But I've also signed people's tattoos. And they've gone immediately to the tattoo artist. You know, they have a big picture of Bender, and I'll take a marker and I'll sign their skin, and they'll be like, thanks, dude! And like, I'll see them three hours later with like a fresh wound next to their existing tattoo with a, you know, with my signature on it, which is pretty bitchin'. But yeah, that's the only time I've seen a tattoo of essentially myself on someone's ass. Would I like to see one? Oh man! So now it's two. You have a tattoo of Bender on your butt?
No, it's my boyfriend, but he's pretty hungover right now, so he's not here.
Well, what? I want to see your boyfriend's hungover ass. Sorry, children. I apologize if there are children in the audience. Moms, dads, I really apologize. I mean, sorry about like that little girl right there in the hat. Yes, I'm so sorry. She's like, I don't want to think about that. Yeah, I don't really want to particularly see your boyfriend's hungover ass. I'm just gonna go ahead and wear pajamas for the rest of the day. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, young lady. How are you? You don't have a tattoo of Bender or anything like that, do you? Good. Okay. Because I was about to assault your parents.
So I wanted to ask you, what's the worst episode of Futurama?
The worst episode of Futurama. Doesn't exist. Do you think that there's a worst episode of Futurama?
No.
Good! Yes. Yeah, baby! Yeah, that's right!
Hello, I'm a fan of a lot of your work as far as Bender and also Marcus Phoenix. One of my favorites is your portrayal of Joker in Batman Under the Red Hood. I wondered if you could do this line that he did in the interrogation room after Batman
it's I'm gonna need some guys. Not these guys, because they're dead. That is?
It was a different one. It was the one, do you really think I would put you through do you really think I would stir up so much trouble and not let you know that you know? Do you think I would really stir up so much trouble and not let you
What started out as a good question quickly turned into a coffee fart. Wow, are those Ethiopian beans? That's a nice blend. Is that a breakfast blend right there? No, it's Colombian. That's a Colombian. Costa Rica, that's it. Costa Rica.
Could you just do the Joker laugh for me, please?
The Joker laugh is a tough one. Because it came from a really organic place. I'm sorry, I can't do the Joker laugh, because seriously, like, it was one of those roles where it came from being right there. It's not like a stock laugh, like Bender is like, come on. The Joker is, the Joker's laughing about murder. So you can't just be like, let me just conjure up a laugh about murder. It just doesn't, for that particular role, it doesn't work. So I guess I'm totally letting you down by not being able to do the Joker laugh. But I did the Bender laugh. All right, cool. Sorry. All right, we have 3 more minutes. Let's see what we got here.
I consider myself lucky.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Tyler, and in addition to Futurama, I also know you from, you voiced, I believe, Foo Dog from American Dragon.
Foo Dog from American Dragon, yes, that's right.
And Niblet from Pound Puppies.
Yes, Niblet, that's right. Yes, Niblet from Pound Puppies. That was me as well.
Love that.
Absolutely.
So I have to
Yeah, Niblet. Niblet was fun to do, yeah.
As much as I'm hoping for season 4, what was it like working with, how is it different working with, the different crews from different shows, like Count Puppies versus American Dragon?
It's, you know what, it's like being in a co-ed fraternity that really knows how to party. It's awesome. We're a like lot, and the cast changed, but a lot of the heart that these people have stays the same, and so it's just fun to be able to, and fortunate to be able to go in between different shows and do different things with different actors, because it changes and the dynamics change, but the performance stays the same. I think that's accurate.
All right, thanks. Yeah, you voiced a lot of dogs.
Yeah, I do voice a lot of dogs. I guess I'm a dog person.
Yeah, so am I.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. This one right here. Yes.
Hi, I'm actually an amateur voice actor.
Oh, yes.
But I was wondering, I have trouble a lot with like small grunt sounds and all those type of things.
Small grunt sounds, yes.
Yeah, I noticed like Bender has all these like intricate sounds that he does. It's like, one of my favorites is this evil laugh. I was wondering, do you have any advice like for how to practice on that, or like just?
Laughing actually is one of the hardest things to do, because you have to laugh at something. It's one of those things where that and gasping. Believe it or not, physically it's one of those things laughing is, you can, but it sounds like you're faking it. You know what I mean? So you really have to be invested in something that's funny. And that's an acting choice that you have to make when you're doing that. And yet, within that, you have to just do it in 2 seconds. So there's a lot of stuff going on in just 2 seconds. But as long as you're connected to it, you can do it. You have to make the choice, you have to commit to it, and you have to be able to nail it within the amount of time. I think that answers your question.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Excellent. And we have one more. This last person with the lemon grab on his head. Yes.
John.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Good. Well, somebody took my question about the Joker. I guess I'll ask on BS, do you prefer villainous or heroic roles?
Well, I prefer villain roles or for heroes. I like all of it. I like to play the bad guy because the bad guy just gets to do all kinds of things that you normally wouldn't do. And I like playing the hero because you get to save the day, which is fun. You know, normally you don't get to do that in real life. You know, but playing the hero is always awesome. You know, it's like playing Aquaman in Batman Brave and the Bold. You know, it's outrageous, yes. You know, so that's always fun. But playing the bad guy is great too, and playing the comedic bad guy is even better. That's why Dr. Dracula was so delicious. Because you just got to, I mean, and he was just me doing a Harvey Korman impression the whole time. So why am I asking you? Anyway, that's a Blazing Saddles reference. Okay, so I guess I'm getting the T sign. So I guess that means we're done here. Thank you, everybody. Coming to this Q&A. I'll be signing this afternoon, very soon.
Okay, so we gotta get the cash for his autograph, and then we're gonna go do
Autograph
the
session
right
J,
after that.
and autographs 1 at 12.
What up, big kids? I am here with the legendary, the one only Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen. How are you doing today, Peter?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for having me.
Real quick, have you ever been to Sacramento at SacAnime? Well, this is your first SacAnime, but have you ever been to Sacramento before?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact.